JarusHub was established in March 2013, and it is an Nigerian information hub with a focus on career and management. JarusHub is rated as Nigeria's most authoritative destination for online career services. JAWS operates an array of Nigerian professionals who share their career experiences with a view to bridging the career information gap and to mentoring a generation of success. A generation to success. We have over a decade of experience coaching people, individuals who are seeking to have a delightful career. And whether you're a student, a recent graduate, or an established professional, or even an executive, you always find something to learn on Jaros Up. Today's topic is how Jaros Up helps candidates to pass job interviews ethically. So we are going to explore our thinking, our ethical coaching approach, the processes behind our interview preparation programs, and the real success stories from candidates with. If you are joining us live, kindly drop your name and location in the chat box. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more guidance. Our website is www.jaroshub.com. So many job seekers feel pressured to fake confidence or memorize perfect answers when going for interviews. But at Jaros Hub, we believe success should be earned through preparation, competence, and honesty, not shortcuts. Our approach helps candidates think critically, communicate clearly, and present themselves genuinely in front of interviewers. Ethical preparation builds confidence and credibility. It makes you credible, it makes you confident, and it gives credibility to you in front of your interviewers, both in the interview room and on the job. That's why we have built a reputation as the go-to platform for career growth and professional guidance in Nigeria. Let's walk you through how JarusHub prepares interviews, how JarusHub prepares candidates for interviews. The first one is understanding the role. We teach you to analyze job description. Of course, before you apply to jobs, most jobs usually have descriptions. While there are a number of jobs that are not advertised, for almost all jobs, especially for graduate training roles, they usually come with job descriptions, what you have to do on the job. So we teach you how to analyze the job descriptions, understand the expectations of your recruiters and the interviewers, and to tailor your experience naturally to the role. So we prepare you as a candidate to understand the role you are applying for. It is important, apart from having the skill set, there's a need to understand the role you are being interviewed for. So it is important. If you understand the role, you get to present your capabilities, your capacities effectively. So the first thing is to understand the role. We prepare the candidate to understand the role they are being interviewed for. The second one is CV review and anticipation of questions. So we review your CV, we highlight your strengths and anticipate likely questions based on your profile. Of course, for most job interviews, the interviewer is going to ask you question based on your possible experience. If you're a graduate, if you're applying for a graduate training role, the questions you'll be asked will most likely be about your experiences while you were in school, your leadership skills, every other thing you have on your CV. So we prepare we review your CV and we give you the likely questions the interviewers will ask you. So we review your CV, we help you to highlight your strengths, we eliminate the your weaknesses from the CV, we remove it from the CV, and we give you the possible questions the interviewers will be asking you based on your profile. So the third one is a mock interview. After coaching, we usually hold mock interviews for our candidates. So what we do is to group uh, for interviewers that are based on assessment centers, we group them. But if it's a single interview, you will be facing the your interviewers singly. So we do mock interviews for the applicants. So we are going to act as interviewers. We ask you questions about we ask you questions about your academics, your education, your experience, and what you have to offer the firm. So we act as the interviewers and we interview you as if you are doing the interview live. So we simulate the real life interview settings from the HR to the technical rounds to assessment centers. So there are some companies, for most companies actually, you usually have the HR and an expert in the field you are working for. So let's assume you are interviewing for the role of an engineer, for example, mechanical engineer. You have someone from the HR, the human resources, and you have someone from the technical field because they will have to assess your capacities too. So we act as mock interviewers based on the real life situation. So this builds composure and confidence. You will get to understand the thought process of your interviewers. The fourth one is feedback and improvement. We give a feedback for every candidate we do the mock interview for. So after every session, our coaches give honest and detailed feedback. We tell you what your strengths are. We tell you what your weaknesses are, and you get to work on it. This helps you to work on your strengths and your weaknesses, unlike having to identify them when it is time to interview. So the mock interview gives us room to do this. We give you a feedback. We assess your skills, your speaking skills, your answering skills, and every other thing, and we give you a feedback for improvement. And so another thing we do, the number five, is assessment center coaching. So some organizations like KPN, the big four organizations mostly, KPMG, Deloitte, EY, and PwC, they use group tax and or case studies for candidates. So we usually host assessment centers. So in the same setting, the big four companies do theirs. And so the last one is confidence and mindset building. Um, for most job seekers, the confidence is usually very low. So one of the things we do is to build in them confidence and mindset building. During the last coaching we did NNPC, we had over 100 people amongst our candidates who joined NNPC. So one of the things when our coaching session was on, one of the things we discovered that the confidence was low prior to them coming to JarusHub to engage their services. But afterwards, we saw that the after our interview coaching and after the mock interview, we saw that the level of confidence improved. The mindset, especially the mindset, also improved because a lot of people usually think, "Oh, I cannot make it. I cannot get this job." But if you are able to act on their mindset, build their mindset, give them confidence, they usually plan. They usually go ahead to have an awesome interview and get the job eventually. So one of the things we do, and it is very important, is building their confidence and their mindset. So this is one of the things we work on. We help you develop clarity, emotional control, and self-awareness. And some people just shut down as soon as they enter the interview hall. So we help you to develop clarity. It is very important that you are able to give out your thoughts clear in as clear terms as possible. So emotional control, you should have a control of your emotional process too, and self-awareness. You should be aware of whatever it is you want to say in the interview hall. And so you enter the interview ready and authentic. These services are led by professionals who have sat on recruitment panels themselves, meaning you learn from industry experience. If you've used JavaScript interview coaching before, please tell us the experience in the chat. So these are the few things our candidates gain when they seek our services. The first one is deep understanding of how recruiters think. Um, Recruiters don't fall from the sky. They are people we know. Um, and it is important to know how every recruiter think before you go into the interview hall. So we help you gain a deep understanding of how they think. Some of the people on our coaching, some of the people on our coaching panel are recruiters themselves. So they have for almost a decade they have been recruiting people into various firms to themselves. So they have a deep understanding of how recruiters think. So we will be teaching you how to understand the thought process of recruiters. The second one is the ability to express genuine strength confidently. A lot of job seekers have solid CVs, solid transcripts, solid academic achievements. But it is important that you know how to express yourself. You must be able to sell yourself to a recruiter. If you have a solid academic achievement, you have a solid CV, but you are unable to sell what you have to them, the possibility of getting the job is very low. So one of the things our candidates gain, the ability to express genuine strength confidently. The third one is sharper interview skills through realistic practice. Uh, our mock interview helps with this. We practice with you. We engage you how the recruiter is going to engage you. So this sharpens your interview skills through that realistic practical experience. So the fourth one is feedback that drives improvement. Um, During the interview process, whatever error you might have committed, we give you a feedback. And the feedback is to help you improve, not to frustrate you. We give you an honest feedback. Okay, this is how you did, this is what you did rightly, this is what you did wrongly. What you did wrongly, do this to turn it to the right thing. So if you eventually get to work on this, rest assured you are going to ace whatever interview you are going for. So the last one is the renew confidence. Of course, when you are done doing a mock interview with JarusHub, it is sure that your confidence will be renewed. We have experienced this with hundreds of candidates we have coached in the past. So candidates who come through JarusHub often report not just landing jobs, but also performing better once employed because their preparation was authentic. As I said earlier, in the last NFPC recruitment that we did, um, the interview we did, I think in January 2025, we had over 100 people that came for our coaching and got into an NPC. That is a large number. There is no firm in Nigeria that can boast of having such a success rate. Jaros Homes is number one. So remember, success is built on truth and hard work. Last success built on truth and hard work lasts longer. So the possible questions interviewers usually ask is how do I address employment gaps honestly? Because for some reasons you might have employment gap. Probably you you left work maybe for a personal reason, family, health related. You don't just give a blanket statement. You have to prepare on how to effectively answer that ethically without lying. There's no need to lie as long as you have not gone to commit fraud. You don't need, there's no point lying. You can just be honest, but we tell you how to address this because there's a need to address this properly. So we also possible questions in how do you prepare for technical questions? You will teach you how to prepare for technical questions because for almost all you will be asked technical questions because that's what you're going to do on the job. You have to technicality. And the last one is how you can sound confident without bragging. We teach you how to be confident without you bragging. So before we wrap up, here are some key messages. At JavaSub, we don't just teach you fake success. We teach you how to earn it ethically. You don't have to go into the interview or lying. You don't have to do that. Just be you, prepare for the interview, be you, and give them honest answers to whatever questions you have. If you engage the services of JavaSub, rest assured you will go into the interview all smashing it. Whether you're a student, a graduate, a professional, or an executive, you always find something valuable on our platform. To learn more about our interview coaching, CV writing, visit our website www.jaroshub.com or send an email to our email address jaroshub@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone preparing for interview. Thank